This is Matt Simone with Bravo Foxtrot United Veterans. The reason that we are making this video this evening is because we have been confronted with a particularly troubling predicament, and I'll state it plainly by saying this. Because of the demographic that we deal with, that we build relationships with, and that we service, and because of the fact that that demographic struggles with mental health issues, with substance abuse or self-medication, as I like to call it, homelessness, oftentimes those, how should we call it, those stereotypes get reflected onto us because of the fact that we have these individuals around, because of the fact that we treat them not as lower than us, not as patients, but as equals, because we show them respect. People on the outside often look at that and say, well, Bravo Foxtrot, Matt Simone, and other members of Bravo, well, that must mean that those are their people. Well, I'm here to say, yes, they are. He is I and I am him. However, that does not in any way mean that Bravo Foxtrot, any of its staff members, partake in any type of illicit activity. That simply means that our staff members understand what it is like, have been there, have done that. And no longer are we ashamed, embarrassed about those things, about those factors. Rather, we wear it as a badge of honor, as I've said before. And those experiences are the very experiences that allow us to do the work that we are doing. It gives us the key to the gate, so to speak, and it serves as a catalyst in order to help others. Now, I have with me here two individuals, one veteran, one non-veteran, and I'm going to talk to them about some of the different ways that they have helped us and we have helped them, how it's been a mutually beneficial relationship, and how in no way, shape, or form does that mean that there's any type of illicit activity going on other than our great mascot Gunner here laying in an extremely awkward position, but
I wish you could see.
Yes, can they? I don't know if you can see him from the camera right now, but Gunner is a great service dog, and he represents Bravo Foxtrot. Now let's start with Alan Lockle. If you could just really briefly talk a little bit about your service. Your service. Let's stick to that.
So keep it short and sweet. My name's Alan Lockle. I'm a Navy veteran. I served 4 years, 8 years total. 4 was active duty and 4 was reserves. So for my 8 years in the military, I served as a firefighter and went through 2 deployments. One was a combat deployment. After that, I got out and life became very difficult. I struggled with anxiety, PTSD, depression, some drug use, and it all came from that traumatic experience I had in the military. And now I'm working on bettering my life and working with Bravo Foxtrot, also helping civilians that help Bravo Foxtrot.
So now, thank you, Alan. Now let's get over to to Joey. Joey, very briefly, if you can explain to everybody out there, just briefly, your life, where some of your trauma and difficulties come from, your current situation right now, and how you met me, Jade, and Bravo Foxtrot. If you could just explain to everybody.
Most of my traumas come from, I'll be honest, me losing my mother at an early age. That's big.
How old?
I was 8 years old, going through a sexual traumatic event when I was 9 years old. I was also my dad last year too, not for nothing. I mean, my family being so against like me being in the streets, they would say things like, "Hey Joey, you can come over to the house, you have a place to stay, but if you're homeless, you can't come over here." And they all do drugs too, not for nothing. I mean, shit, it's just a lot of shit. Like, I'm sorry if I talk cursing. I mean, a lot of things really, they mess with me, and make me feel like, who do I really, go to for help?
Thank you. How did you meet me? Why are you here in Bravo Foxtrot as a non-veteran? Please tell everybody out there. I want everybody to know.
Yeah, God must have brought us together. I mean, we crossed paths, and then...
How? Tell everybody. How did you...
I was just walking down the sidewalk asking for bottles, and you gave me some bottles, and I was like, yo, man.
Bottles for what?
To recycle. Soda cans.
And why were you collecting bottles?
For money.
And I remember asking you, or you telling me, rather than to go out there and steal or, do anything like that, you were out there collecting bottles to return.
Mm-hmm.
And that kicked off the relationship that we now have with this young man who we have all found to have a very good heart. We also understand that Joey has his fair share of difficulties. He's been in issues legally and struggles within his own life with mental health or self-medication. Now, by no means does that say that this individual's a bad person, because I will stand here before all of you today and let you know that he is one of the best, most honest people that I have had the opportunity to meet. Now, I want to say this, that although Joey is not a veteran, he is a citizen of this community. He has been helping us. He has been one of the most contributing people in terms of getting our new place here at 1A Railroad Plaza in Bayshore. He has helped us tremendously. He has donated so much of his time and his hard work merely for being shown respect, having a community there with him that doesn't judge him, that understands and is willing to, despite the issues that are going on in his life, that is willing to hold space for him, as my counterpart, my better half, Jade, often calls it, holding space. It's very simple, something that we can all do, but yet so many of us fail to. Now, I want to pass it back to Alan. Alan, what have you found that Bravo Foxtrot has done in your life to help you? Now, I know the Service Connection has helped you a lot, and shout out to Fusco, Brandenstein, and Rada. However, we have filled that gap.
Yeah.
You would have never known about Fusco, Brandenstein, and Rada had it not been for Bravo Foxtrot. And rarely do I toot the own horn of Bravo Foxtrot, but this is the time when it's going to be done. We are going to highlight what Bravo Foxtrot does. We are going to explain in detail the reason that Bravo Foxtrot is a necessity within this community and outside of this community in order to give the veterans and beyond veterans the type of service that they so greatly need. Alan, how did we help you?
So, a little over a year ago now, in September, I met someone named Holly. She's active in the medical and recreational cannabis community. I met her on Instagram, and she said, I know someone who could help you, because I had told her I'm struggling with homelessness, I'm struggling with loss of work, and depression. I was going through a lot, served in the military for 4 years, and I had nothing. I was living in my car, I was at my dad's, my friend I went to school with, and, I just had nowhere to really stay. So Matthew and Bravo Foxtrot and Jade Pinto, his wife, they gave me a sense of well-being, somewhere to stay, somewhere to go when I had nowhere to go. And I want to thank Holly and Jade and Matt over at Bravo Foxtrot for giving me a purpose. Ever since I met Matt here at Bravo, I had this initiative to wake up in the morning and just show up and make things great. I helped with multiple nonprofit, what do you call them? Organization, charities, charitable events. And it just gave me such great inspiration to just do good things and help people. Not even only veterans, but also civilians like Joey. We all work together here, and it's just such a beautiful thing that Matthew and his wife Jade do. Words can't even explain it. They changed my life profoundly. That now, next year, I'm gonna be 100% service connected. And it's amazing, it really is great. I want to say thank you, Bravo Foxtrot, and thank you, Matthew and Jade.
And I want to say thank you to Alan. I want to say thank you to Alan, because Alan and others like Alan, they help me equally. That's one of the main differences that I see with Bravo Foxtrot. In relationship with other entities, is that these young men and young women, they're assisting us equally. This is not a handout. This is not. I almost don't even look at it as a charity, because we don't want people to feel like that. I know from experience as a homeless veteran, as someone who has struggled with self-medication, that it's almost a position of you don't want to reach out and ask for help because you feel lower than or less than, and that isn't what Bravo Foxtrot is. It is made very clear from point A, from the very first time that any veteran or anyone there in that matter walks through the doors, that this is a mutually beneficial relationship. And the very moment that it is not mutually beneficial, meaning one or the other is benefiting more, it will not work. That, ladies and gentlemen, other organizations out there watching this and hearing it, that is the secret to success within this charitable industry that we speak of. Mutually beneficial, and it being known that it's mutually beneficial. People don't want to feel less than, and when people do feel less than and are receiving the help, it's not going to make a permanent change in their life, because we are in turn keeping them in that lower state, that lower vibration. Okay, so that the purpose here is to raise the vibration of all around us. Joey, what has Bravo Foxtrot done for you recently? Be real about it. Just talk about it.
Clothes on my back, put friends.
Louder, bro.
Put clothes on my back, gave me friends to talk to and turn to. you know, keep me clean, you know. Purpose, work, things keep my mind off of negativity.
So we'll talk about the purpose a little bit, Joey. Like, you know, I often tell you that you have helped so much. You've been a major part of making our mission possible, and us being able to do this work and continue this work, this great needed work that we are doing. You have been a major component of making that possible.
I mean,
so that to me, doesn't that give you purpose, meaning in your life?
Yeah, exactly. The only thing I'm missing in my life, I feel, is work. Like, I like to work, keep my mind off of all the negativity. You know, as much as I walk around and ask everybody to give me a job, nobody gives me a job, and you guys only got to give me a job. So
say that one more time to the camera,
Joe. Everybody for a job, nobody gives me a job. They tell me I need a job, but you guys only guys give me a job.
We're the only ones that gave you a job.
Yeah, nobody wants to give me a job. They tell me get a job and they want to put me down. But when I ask for a job, they say, "Oh, go find one." I don't got one for you. I don't know.
Yeah, so Bravo Foxtrot really helps the community, and
yeah, I like to work.
Joey's in need of work.
Yeah, I need to work.
This is one of the hardest working individuals that I've met.
It looks great.
Yeah, I do love working. That's the thing. I do love working, and when I work around people that I see faces all day, I start growing a relationship with those people too. I just did something about work. I just love to work, and that's all I'm missing, to keep my mind off of negativity.
That's amazing.
So
And we will continue to broadcast, to put out there to the community, and we will continue to show what we are doing at real time, despite the negative feedback that we have. Maybe because Joey is known within the community for illicit or self-medication or whatnot. At the end of the day, we will continue to support these individuals as long as they respect and follow the protocol, the standards that we hold here at Bravo Foxtrot. And I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that the standards that we have here are one of respect, inclusiveness, trust, honesty,
and commitment to those around us,
honor, courage,
and commitment,
the core values
of the Navy.
And we support all branches of the military. Now, I want to say to everybody out there that Bravo Foxtrot, United Veterans as an organization, we not only support the veterans, but we also support the community and those struggling within the community. Why? Because when we served in an altruistic manner. We did it for others. It's one of the most selfless things that one can do is enlist in the armed forces.
Yeah, we volunteered, me and Matt. We didn't get drafted as they did in Vietnam, World War II, World War I. We volunteered. We signed our names on the dotted line. We gave up our lives I did for 4 years, and then 4 in the inactive reserves. Matthew here did it for 10 years, almost a decade. Almost 10 years, 9.5 years of his life, give or take. So I want to thank Matt as well, and thank myself for volunteering to do that, and all those who do volunteer. It is amazing. Even Joey's volunteering as a civilian, helping a veteran organization, which is amazing. So I just want to say thank you all so much.
Joey, do you have any, and I really want you, do you have any words you want to just put out there to so many people that are going to be watching and hearing this? Maybe apology, anything like that. Please speak loud and proud into that camera. Loud and proud, Joey. Joey, you can sit loud and proud, please.
I really want to apologize. I really want to apologize for all the mayhem I may have caused in the last multiple years. I'm sorry. I mean, I can control it, but I mean, maybe that competitive or like that side of me that wants to that pride side of me that always takes control. I apologize. I'm sorry for doing anything crazy that I do. You know, that's why when I woke up, I would drink a couple beers just so I can make my face through the day, raise my head through the day, and do something. Cause I feel like I'm being stepped on a lot, but I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I apologize. It won't happen. If it happens again, you know, I mean,
do you feel
You're
like
trying your
at
best,
this?
man.
Do you feel like at this point you're committed to changing your life in a way that's positive?
Yes, absolutely. I've been trying to change my life in positive ways for the last week at least. Yes.
And now it's correct me if I'm wrong. Having people there who believe in you and who support you, but also have discernment to call you out on your stuff and to not just, there needs to be that discernment there, but having that community, the people there that hold space and respect you, it makes a difference, Joey, honestly. Does it make a difference the way we treat you?
Yes. I really actually been feeling more positive and happy every day. I talk a lot, joke a lot with you guys, feel happy. I haven't been mean to anybody. I haven't been walking around talking to myself and doing crazy shit, drinking on the sidewalk. You know, I feel actually a part of something right now, honestly.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I want. This is Bravo Foxtrot United Veterans. God bless our troops and God bless the principles, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all that made our great nation free. A community in the greatest nation that ever was to exist should be one of inclusiveness, empathy, and respect. That is what we do here at Bravo Foxtrot. We will continue to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, to support us, please visit our website, www.bravofoxtrot.org. Click the donate button. We need your help to continue doing what we're doing. We are so grateful. This is Matthew Simone.
Joseph.
Gunner.
Gunner.
Alan Matthew Lockle, Navy veteran. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it, and it goes far for the veteran and civilian community of Bayshore and Islip.